Well, hello. Tonight we're going to talk about the math of 30K, why you only need 22 people and not 22,000. So if that sounds good to you, I'm just going to jump right into this, okay? Because I want to get started right away. Let's make me a little bit bigger. So, the math of 30K and why you only need 22 people. I'm excited to share this with you tonight because maybe you guys are searching for a way to make money online, or you're looking for sorry, maybe you are looking for a way to bring in more income, and you're not looking at trying to get a 9 to 5. You don't want a 9 to 5, you don't want a 5 to 9, and you're not looking for pocket change, because if that is you, then you're in the right place. I needed more. I needed a way to bring in substantial, and this is what I do, and this is what I love. So let's get back to that. I hit a button by mistake. Okay, so let's get to the next slide. So, why most people fail online. Most beginners think that they need to sell, and this is a problem that I see online. Okay, we're going to talk about this. A lot of people think they need to sell thousands of cheap items to make full time income, and that is wrong. That is so stinking wrong. I wish this showed up a little different on the phone, but I know it's kind of squashed on the phone. So if you're watching this on a phone, I'm sorry, the layout is a little different. Um, that is the exhaustion trap. When you're trying to sell a whole bunch of little things, it's going to take you a long time. So I used to do DoorDash, and I was doing that and I wasn't making a lot of money. I was aiming for 1800 a month, and the struggle was real. Um I know that exhaustion. Tonight, I'm showing you the peaceful way out. Okay. So, selling a product, look at it for selling a product for $80 and a commission is 25% profit. That's $20 for one customer. This is a low ticket item. That's what that would be. It would be considered a low ticket item, right? Or selling a digital product for 1400 and you make 100% profit, that's 1400 for one customer. This is what we call a high ticket item. Big difference in income and in the number of customers needed. Does that make sense to you? Because when we're talking about a high ticket versus a low ticket, I mean, I didn't even look at that. I have two Etsy shops, and I started those Etsy shops before I knew anything about this, what I've been doing for the past 20 months. I had no idea. So I put all of this effort in to make products, but I really didn't know that I was not going to make the money that I thought I was going to make, because my viewpoint on it was, oh my gosh, I'm going to make these digital products and I'm going to post them on these Etsy shops and they sell. I mean, I have two good Etsy shops and I've had them for years now. But it takes an awful lot to make a lot of money from low price point products. So that's the difference. Okay. You want to make substantial, you want to make more money, then you need a higher priced or high ticket item or product. And ideally, you want to be in the digital space, okay? Because then you're not dealing with postage and package and shipping and all that craziness, okay? So let's get back to this. The math of 30,000. The goal is 30,000 in 90 days. Why is that? Here's the problem. Doing it with $20 commissions, okay? You need 1,500 sales in order to hit that. 1,500 sales. Let that sink in for a second. So if you're trying to make 30K in 90 days with small commissions, you need to find 16 new customers every single day. That's a lot of work, don't you think? That's crazy. That's not a 2-hour workday. That's a 24-hour nightmare. It would be. That would be awful. Okay, so let me share with you what I do. The 22-person solution, my necklace is hitting my mic, sorry. Commission for one customer, okay? One customer can be 1400 in what I do. I make 100% profit, you guys. The math on that, 30,000 divided by 1400 is 21.4 sales. The reality is you only need 22 people to say yes. You see this little slide here, these little stick figures, that is 22 people. You only need 22 people in what I do, okay? That's not a lot of people. So how do you find your 22 people without chasing people? Well, this is what we do. Okay? So 2 hours a day, we focus our time on 2 hours. You guys that are out there doing a 9 to 5 or doing some kind of work, it may not be focused. Now, you might be standing at the cooler. You might be going for something in the fridge. You might be distracted by conversation with another worker or whatever the deal is. Listen, I focus my time, I block out my time, and it's 2 hours on one social media platform. If you want to go on more than one platform, you absolutely can, okay? But I focus this time. So what do we do in that period of time? I make 3 short videos, a 7-second, a 30-second, and 1 minute. And then what we do is post free ads. So we are learning how to create content. That's what we do in this. We're learning how to make content. Okay? So inside of this business, that is what I've been doing for the past 20 months. I make short little videos. Now I choose to go on YouTube because I love YouTube. And I also am on TikTok. I'm on 2 platforms. So my 2 hours is more like 3 hours. And depending on what I'm doing, it might be a little bit longer. But I would suggest this as a beginner. The quickest way to get up and running, one of the best platforms is TikTok and YouTube Shorts. So you could choose any social media platform. You do not have to go face forward. You can do faceless. There are options in this, okay? But we make content and then we post free ads. I don't do that anymore because I can just go live. Posting free ads is just copy paste. It's just a classified ad. That's all. If you know how to do a classified, or if you've ever sold a pair of shoes, you know how you just put that little 3 sentences together? That's the same thing. So that's what I do every single day, 2 hours, 3 hours a day, is just making content, posting free ads, or going live. So automate. Here is the key. We are learning how to attract customers to us. We're not chasing people, okay? I have an automated system, and I'm going to show you what that looks like in the next couple of pictures here. That automated system is out there working for me. So it is collecting the emails. Now, when we come to convert, the system is actually doing all the explaining of the product for us. Okay? I don't have to. I have a system that's out there working for me 24 hours around the clock, doing all the heavy lifting, doing all the selling, doing all the explaining. So I'm not bugging my family, not bugging my friends. I don't DM people, strangers, whatever. I have an automated system that's doing the explaining for me, and that's doing all the work while I'm homeschooling, cooking, cleaning, or living life. Okay. And I love it. So here, let's make this a little bigger for you guys for a second. Okay. So Vince said 1,400. This is such a great program. There's so much value in this system. That's what we were just talking about, the system. I've been so busy all day with household and family obligations, yet the automation is working on my behalf, and more importantly, working for my family. This program is not for influencers or gurus. This is for everyday moms and dads. I am that everyday mom, and this is true, what he says. I love it. Dennis said 1,400 came in the morning. Just made a sale. He said, honestly, this far, it's been God's grace, consistency, and trusting a business opportunity that was introduced to me by a stranger on TikTok. I think that is funny right there. By a stranger on TikTok. And then he says, what looked like a simple online interaction has now turned into a real blessing and a new chapter for me. This is proof that the digital world is powerful. You guys, can I tell you something right now? If you are not making money in the digital space, I would shake you and say, why not? There are so many different ways to make money online, but this is the best beginner one way. You want something that's already proven to work and you just need to follow? That's this. I didn't have to go figure it out. I didn't have to start some business where I had to put the pieces together. I simply was willing to learn and willing to follow. And that's how I built a business in 20 months with products that I didn't even create, making 100% profit. It is crazy to me that this is what I do. So let's go back to this. And what else did he say? This is proof the digital world is powerful, and sometimes your breakthrough comes from places you never expected. I never expected to do this, like never, ever, ever in my life. And then I shared one of my wins. I said 14 in a day, almost what I made in a month doing the dash. And that is crazy for me. Okay. Like, I don't know what you're working with, but I was door dashing and I wasn't making ends meet. So for us to talk about this and to go for, we're not there. Did I show it already? Look at this, 30,000 with 22 people. If that makes sense to you, drop 22 in the comments, because we're talking about 22 people. There's 5.5 billion people online. We're using social media to reach people, you guys. We are not going knocking door to door. We are simply creating content that draws the people to us, and we need 22 people and we've hit 30K. That is crazy to me. This is simple math, okay? This is what it is. So let's go back and let's go to right here. This is what I'm promoting. I am promoting something called we're learning digital marketing skills. Sorry, I didn't realize I cut it off a little bit there at the bottom. It is digital marketing skills. So in these programs, we are learning what is called marketing skills. I get to learn these skills to create the content. So what kind of content are you making? I share little stories. Oh my gosh, I used to do the dash. I was aiming for $1,800 a month. Man, I've had $1,800 days. I've had $1,400 days. It is crazy to me that I get to do this. And I get 100% profit. So I'm making content, I'm learning marketing skills, and I'm learning how to have a business online with products I didn't create. I get an automated system, and I have 2 websites, one in Spanish and one in English, and I don't even speak Spanish. I love this. So that's the program that I promote. There are 5 different programs to choose from. Okay. 5. So I have a 14, a 9, a 6, a 3, and a 1. Those are hundreds. This right here, I have the 1,400, so I can promote all of them. If you choose, let's say, the 600, then you would be able to promote the 100, the 300, and the 600. That's how it works. We don't have to choose, purchase each one individually. So I love my business. I love what I get to do. This is that automated system that I was telling you about. So here is another stat for you that you might be interested in. Oh, and grab a pen and a piece of paper. You should write this down, okay? These programs, you get to write this off on your taxes. So if you didn't know that, you should write it down. If you're going to get started, you need to write down, hey, listen, this is the program I purchased. This is the one-time website fee. There is a one-time website fee with your program. So if you choose 1, 3, or 6, or the 9, it's a one-time $39 website fee. Yes, there are plans. You choose your program and you purchase your program and you pay a one-time website fee. There are payment plans in the US. Now, if you choose the 1,400 bundle pack, there's a one-time website fee of $69 because you get it in Spanish and in English. And no, you do not have to speak Spanish. So let's go back to this automated system, because this thing is how you get your life back. This thing is how you get your time back. So instead of me doing a 9 to 5 grind or even a 5 to 9, I do this in the pockets of my day around my homeschooling mama busy life. If you are thinking about trying to find like a part-time job, or you're thinking about, I need to find something that I can do from home, I would rather work from home, I would rather make money online, then this is something you shouldn't miss. Because if you are willing to learn the skills, marketing skills, and willing to create content, out of everything you've ever done in your life, ask yourself this question. Have you done something harder? I'm sure that you have. I'm almost positive, because I know I have. I know that I have done way harder things. and made way less. It's terrible. But if you learn how to work smarter and not harder, this is a way to do that. So 1 out of 20 people is the average. I have this automated, so my page looks a little different because I put my kid and me in there. But we have a landing page. That's what it's called, a landing page. And then when somebody drops their email in there, okay, and you could drop your email in to grab the guide. The guide are the steps that we all follow. So grab the guide. But then there's a video there and a video there. 1 out of 20 people that drop their email in, the average is this. They get started. 1 out of 20. Our number one selling program is a $900 program, soon to be a $1,400 program because the Spanish is selling like rocket fire. Okay. It is amazing. So that's that automated system that gives us back our time. That's out there running, working, doing all the selling and the heavy lifting for us so that we're not doing that 9-to-5 grind. I'm not doing a grind at all. So your next step is to grab the 2-hour guide. That's how we focus our time, 2 hours focused. I'll drop that link in the description of this video. And if the math of 22 people makes more sense to you than chasing 1,500, then you're ready for the guide. We just started a 30K and 90-day run. Now, inside of our community, I'm going to drag this thing over here. And can I drag this too? Yes, I can. Okay. So let me show. Can I not do that? Did I just put it over top of that? I thought I did. Let me see if I can share a screen. Oh, that's the difference. Okay. Let me share the screen. I didn't know I could do it like this. I'm going to share this. Okay. So this is what it looks like to get started. Okay. Right there, it says start here. This is the founder. This is what my program looks like. Okay. And it says start here. Now, this is our community. We have 59,000. I don't know if you guys can see this. So let me make me smaller for a second. 59,000 of us. Okay. Didn't make that much of a difference, does it? All right. But that's what it looks like. Every single Monday, there is what is called a legacy builder call. If you choose the 9 or the 14, you get to sit in the room with the millionaire mama. I call her that. She does a live Zoom, a live interactive Zoom every single Monday for those people that choose the 9 and the 14. Okay. So I don't miss those. Those are important. She puts on a webinar for us. There is no monthly fees. I'm part of a community of almost 60,000 people, and we don't pay monthly fees. I purchased a program way back in 2024, paid a one-time website fee, bought a program, and that was it. That's it. So there are trainings on Thursdays, like a mindset Zoom there. Now that's for everybody. That's for the 100, 300, 600. But the 9 and the 14 is the legacy call. Okay. So every single day right now, we're doing a 30K. I just mentioned it. The 30K and 90-day run. Okay. Every single day, she tells us exactly what to do in our business. And that is gold. You want to have somebody to help you. And she's made millions. She's almost at 10 million. So she is the one that's putting, there she is, mom of 6, grandma to 5. She's putting on those what am I saying? Those videos, those daily videos, very short videos. I'm checking on my time. I'm going to share. I don't know if I can share it. Did I share the audio? I don't know if I shared the audio. I'm going to stop, but I'm going to share this. I'll share this quickly, only a snippet of it. But let me stop sharing this for a second here because I got to add it back with the sound. Okay, so that you can hear it. Share screen, because I don't think I did the sound. Also share system audio. Okay, so let's go on this, and I'm going to let you guys hear this for a second. I won't do the whole thing.
Because I had tried and looked at a lot of other things before, and
Okay.
What did you see in the Legacy Builders program that made it different?
For sure, it was the clear step-by-step path, because I had tried and looked at a lot of other things before. And just to give a backstory, I am a homeschooling mom of 11, and I've been home for about 24 years. And during that time, we have had ups and downs financially. Of course, living on one income is always a challenge. It has always been a challenge. My husband's a very hard worker, sometimes has worked 2 and 3 jobs, so I could be home. And so as our children had gotten older, it became even more difficult to live on one income. So I had tried a lot of different ways to make money online. And one of the things for me that was always missing, I felt like all the other things, I could get ideas about some other kind of business, but it would just get me this far. It might tell me how to get my foot in the door in a particular type of business, but then it left me to figure out a whole bunch of other stuff on my own. So when I found Legacy Builders, I was burned out. I was overwhelmed with information. Anybody that's searching on YouTube knows all the information and all the voices and all the different options there are, because there are lots of options for making money online. But for me, as a super busy mom who felt like I had exhausted all of my different options, and I'm very ADD, so I'm all over the place, popcorn brain. So that helped me. When I was looking, I was actually praying for something done for me, a clear path, someone to literally give me step-by-step instructions so that I would know the next thing to do. I just was really overwhelmed and needed that hand-holding, needed that guidance. That is what appealed to me the most about this particular business that was different from all the other ones.
So once you purchased the program and you got inside the community and inside the program, what was something that you experienced that you definitely didn't expect to experience?
I would say first, the program itself exceeded my expectations, because like many people going into it, you kind of don't know what to expect. You're kind of, you kind of know how it's, maybe a little bit about what to expect. But of course, your training, you're showing up all the time for us, the coaching, the details about how to market anything online. That was huge for me, because like I said, I had some cursory information about what marketing looked like, but to have it so specific and so detailed, and just, it took away the guesswork for me. I think it's what it was. It took away the guesswork. The community was far beyond my expectations as far as the encouragement we get there, the additional training that's in the classroom. It just far, far exceeded my expectations, and the value is far beyond what I paid for it. So I think that was the thing. Having an automated system done for me was just mind-blowing. Yeah.
I love hearing that, by the way. It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
So how has your income changed since starting with the Legacy Builders program?
Drastically. I was, everybody has their own experience, their own story. My story was that I made my money back very quickly. For people who don't know, you make your most of your money back usually in one sale. And I did that within days, which blew my mind. And I was one of those people, when I first saw Legacy Builders, when the link that I found on a lady's page on Facebook, it said, here's how you can make $10K in 30 days. That was the hook. And I kind of doubted that was true. And yet that's what it happened for me. So I had made $10,000 in my first 30 days. I continue to average $8,000 to $10,000 a month, which is great. I'm growing. My goal is to get beyond that. So while that sounds, too good to be true for some people who hear it, it's not even close to the potential, as you know, and many in our community are making far, far more than that. But that is my reality. And so, yeah, I hit 6 figures in 10 months, I think. So that's where it was life-changing income. Yeah.
Okay. So let's get back to, did I go to the right screen? There. Okay. All right. So I will reread this bottom part here. So in the math of 22, if the math of 22 people makes more sense to you than chasing 1,500, then you're ready for the guide. The guide, it's scrolling down here or up here. We just started that 30K and 90-day run right where the founder, Michelle, who is the multimillionaire, you just saw Michelle. She's a multimillionaire because of this program. She's giving us those daily short videos, and that's instruction. That gives us the guidance and the help in our business. And I personally love the daily instruction. That was one of the girls inside of our community, as you heard. If you want to get started, if that made sense to you, then just the way to get started is to grab the guide. If you have any questions, you'll be able to, as soon as you put your email in there, you will get an email from me. Check your promotion folder, but open that up, and at the very bottom it says start building. That's how you'll just be able to choose what works for you, your budget and your goals. Yes, there are plans available, and if you have any questions, you'll send me just back an email. Just shoot me an email. Ask me any questions you have, and I will gladly help you out. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope that this helps you. And drop me in some kind of, let's say this. If you're watching this replay after, drop me in a replay and drop me in where you're watching from. I was born in Canada and I live in Texas. So I'm just putting that out there. Just drop in the comments and have a blessed day or night, whenever it is that you're watching.